Were you someone who knocked out a few of those college courses right at the community college? I did. I took algebra at our local community college before transferring to the larger university. For one, it was cheaper and the credits transferred right over, so it wasn't a big deal. Well, you guys, I want to tell you a quick story about something that happened in that algebra class. I was 19 years old and I knew I wanted to get into nutrition, but I wasn't real sure what I wanted to do after I got my degree. I was young, undecided, and really the one thing I did know is what I enjoyed, right? As a 19-year-old, I enjoyed swimming, the sun, vacations, friends. I loved having parties. I would be that house where all the kids came over. My mom would make us lunch and we would swim in our backyard. We had a swimming pool, we had a trampoline. Our house was kind of that house. And so honestly, thinking about going away to college, I was like, leaving my mom's homemade cooked meals, I don't know about that. So I did take a few classes, like I said, at the community college before I was ready to take that leap to the bigger university. Well, I remember this day so clearly, you guys. The guy that sat behind me in that algebra class asked me, hey, so what are you planning to do with your degree? This was my response. Oh, I don't know. Go to work a few hours and then probably head to the beach or a lake or maybe the pool for the rest of the day. I'm not real sure. You can imagine his response, thinking, oh my goodness, she has no idea what the real world is actually like. And he could have been right at the moment. But here's the thing, you guys. I lived in Pittsburgh. There was no beach. And yes, sure, the 4-foot pool in my backyard at my parents' house. But if you think about it, there was no beach in Pittsburgh, you guys. So what was I doing right there without knowing? I was vision casting. I was planning my future exactly how I wanted my day to be as a 19-year-old girl. You guys, vision casting is a real thing, and I want you all to get so excited about it. Now, did I work just a few hours and then spend the rest of the day at the pool or the beach right away? Of course not, you guys. It took hours of dedication, work, and vision casting. That's what it takes to get to how you want to spend your favorite day. Picture your favorite day. What do you want to be doing? I knew as a 19-year-old girl, I wanted to be in the sun. I wanted to be with my friends. I wanted to be having people over. I wanted connection. I knew all of that as a 19-year-old, okay? Now, in my 40s, I'm able to live that day every day. I get to wake up, work a few hours, connect with my girlfriends, help my team, get people to feel their absolute best with supplementation and nutrition in just a few hours, and then I have the rest of the day. I live in a neighborhood that I can choose to go to the lake or to the pool in the summertime. Vision casting works. Let me tell you what else I did. When I worked full-time at the hospital, I told everybody my plan. I told everybody that, yes, I'm here working right now, but not forever. I'm not going to retire from the hospital. I always wanted to have my own business. I always wanted time freedom, so I told people. I told the person that was in the kitchen delivering the trays, I said, hey, I just got a new client the other day, or I just got a new customer, or I just watched a podcast that was so good about entrepreneurship. I just watched a podcast about mindset. You guys, you have to speak it to believe it. You have to make it happen by saying it out loud. Tell somebody today, where do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to be doing? I want you to remember my story at the community college as a 19-year-old girl who had no clue what the future was. But what did she know? She knew what she enjoyed. She knew that she loved being outside. She loved the sunshine. She loved nutrition, nutrients, all the things. And back then, gut health was not a thing yet, you guys. But guess what? As time went on, I began to just keep my ears and eyes open for opportunities. I went looking for opportunities. If one of my neighbors or one of my girlfriends said, hey, this is really cool, we should do it together, or hey, you should come over and we should work on this together, I was in. I said yes to those scary things that most people would just say, oh, I can't, I'm busy, right? You guys, staying in that comfort zone will never get you to time freedom. Working your 9 to 5 is needed until you are ready to just go for what your calling is. Go for what your purpose is. And if you have no idea, I can help you with that. I can help you. We can do a discovery call and I will ask you some questions and let's figure it out. Go back to that teenage self. Go back to that little girl. What were you doing as a little girl? Were you always cooking in the kitchen with your little play kitchen? I'll tell you a quick story. One more story because we've got to keep these under 10 minutes. I also loved lemonade stands. I asked my mom almost every weekend if I could set up a lemonade stand, or back then it was Kool-Aid. Can you imagine me now? Kool-Aid with those ingredients? But anyways, you guys get my point. Pay attention to what your kids are passionate about. What do they enjoy doing? And I want you to call them out. Tell them their strengths and get so excited about their strengths. And I'm not talking about sports. I'm not talking about baseball or football. These strengths are going to be different than sports. Some examples: communication, sense of humor, dedication. What is your child spending time doing that might be a little bit more unique than another child? Don't ever focus on their weaknesses. Always focus on your children's strengths, because those strengths are what will guide them towards their purpose. Well, friends, I hope this was helpful, and I want you to just keep in mind, like I said, me as a 19-year-old telling that guy in algebra class, not knowing that I was vision casting. You guys, I'm so excited to just keep pouring into you with these podcasts, and I know that I was meant to do this. Whether you're thinking about starting your own business, or maybe you've been doing the things for 5 or 10 years and you're just feeling a little bit stuck, I hope that you either start vision casting or continue to vision cast. Imagine what you want your life to be a year from now, 5 years from now, and even a decade from now. Write it down and tell somebody. I'm so excited that we got to hang out again today together, and I would love for you to just shoot this link to a friend that you think might enjoy it. Remember, vision casting works. Thanks so much for tuning in. Y'all have an incredible day.